So many of you truly care about the environment. So many of you have shown concern for my life as of late, and I want to genuinely say that I'm sorry for any damage that I've done. But I'm sorry isn't good enough. True change needs to actually happen to make this right. And unfortunately, due to my financial situation, I need to ask for your help to make things meet the standard that the world has set for my backyard. People have made YouTube videos showing great, sincere concern. One video even got over 1 million views. My goal at this point is to not just restore and slightly improve my backyard, which is also partially a wetland, but I would like to make it much better than ever. I've already planted multiple trees. I've covered 95% of any exposed dirt in my yard, thus helping prevent erosion. Additionally, I've also planted numerous bushes, including blueberry bushes, and I've taken part in negotiations with the county to find the best, most beneficial outcome for not just myself and the county, but also nature itself. But I know that you guys do truly care. So many of you have commented, showing your 100% authentic concern for our Earth. And I know that such genuine, caring people would no doubt contribute to a wonderfully optimistic and entirely effective cause. As a result of the reactions to my alterations to my yard in 2018, I in 2019 would like to make things the best they've ever been. But the trees in the size that they are, the bushes in the quantity that they are, the drainage system to ensure that the yard has a moisture balance year-round, the dock to ensure not a foot steps on any transitional landmass from water to hard dirt, the fence to protect smaller animals from larger animals, as well as protect plants from heavy winds, and also support their growth. The many other things that I have planned for this yard, including 100% soil coverage, and creation of what would be perceived in our neighborhood as an oasis of sorts. I know you care, and I know you want to contribute, and so I wanted to give you this opportunity to truly put your money where your mouth is.
Oh, Greg, don't you ever learn. So the video you just watched was apparently a prank Onision pulled. He said it was a prank to advertise his new forum, but as you can see from that video, and yes, I did cut it a little bit short because it was starting to get a little bit stretched. As you can tell by the video, he had no mention of a forum. The forum came up after the government who had issued him to replace all the damages, fix the damages that he caused to his wetlands. After they found out and started investigating into it, he took down the GoFundMe and then made a video claiming it was all just one big elaborate joke. And the messed up thing is, people still believe him. They still believe that Onision is some sort of like saint or something. I don't know, but he still has fans somehow, and I don't understand that. I really don't. But yeah, so that was just one giant prank apparently. The thing that really bothers me about that video though is when he says, "Put your money where your mouth is," and you all truly, genuinely have shown concern about our environment. So what he's doing is he is playing the victim, and he is making his audience feel guilty for giving him criticism. Truly, if you care about the environment as much as you say you should, and that you do, then you should be willing to pay for the damages that I caused. If you really care about the environment, you will get me out of this mess that I put myself in. Which is not how real life works at all. That's not how life works, Onision. I don't know if your parents ever raised you, but if you get yourself into shit, you are gonna have to get yourself out. If I went and robbed a bank and I got caught and I had to pay all the money that I had back, but I already spent it, then I have to get myself out of that situation, which is either paying back the money and going to jail or just going to jail for the rest of my life. If you put yourself into a situation, you have to deal with the consequences of your decision. That is what adults do. And since you claim to be an adult, then you better start owning up to your mistakes. Because if you don't own up to your mistakes, we're going to treat you like a child, because you really are a child, Onion Boy. You really are. And I'm 20 years old. You are like 36, you dinosaur. And you can't even own up to your own mistakes. You have to have actual children try to help you to get out of your mistakes. Do you not see the problem here, Onision? Because I do. I see a problem, and I have a huge, huge problem with you taking advantage of your audience and trying to get them to fix your mistakes. At this point, people only watch you to hate on you. And you do have some genuine fans who are children. It's a lot. Anyway, let's roll the next clip because I'm mad.
It's gigantic, so he must have had to bulldoze a ton of junk. But the internet would characterize, like if they were, being proportionate with myself and him, they would characterize him as a pile of dog shit, according to... I wish people would calm down, Like, how do you think your houses came to be? How do you think anything came to be? Like, a lot of you guys eat meat. You fund people to slaughter animals in the masses. Trillions of animals die because of people like you. And I could characterize you as a monster because these things actually scream and suffer, etc. These are animals that have emotions just like you. But I'm not sitting here doing that. I did that a long time ago. And maybe you guys are in a place where you're not grown up, where you can't be an adult, and you can't handle things civilly. But I can.
First of all, Greg, you are not handling things civilly. What you are doing is you are making your audience and your neighbors a scapegoat. Now, I don't know if your tiny brain knows the vocabulary word of a scapegoat. So just in case you're watching this, I put it in the video so you can know the exact definition of what a scapegoat is. You are putting the blame on other people to try to get yourself out of the shit that you pulled, and that is not how adults deal with things. Own up to your mistakes. The reason why we're not yelling at your neighbor and calling him a monster is A, he does not post every single thing that he does on the internet. He keeps his business off the internet. If you post things on the internet, people are going to criticize you, especially if you did something wrong. People can come into this video and criticize it, and that's fine. You want to know why? Because I am putting this on the internet for people to see. And if they have a problem with my content, they have the right to say something. They can give me criticism. They can criticize me for criticizing you. That is perfectly within their right, and I would understand if they're criticizing me for this. However, you don't seem to understand that. You don't seem to understand that if you put something on the internet for the entire world to see, you are going to get backlash. Your neighbor may have done something worse, as you said, but he didn't put it on the internet. He didn't put everything on the internet so that there's stacks and stacks and stacks of evidence against him that can be used against him in court. It's as simple as that. Also, you didn't just do construction on your backyard. You pushed your junk into a protected wetlands. So saying, how do you think your houses came to be, doesn't make sense. My house, the apartment building that I live in right now, is not built on protected government land. Right across the street from me, there is a protected wetlands. Fun fact, I live next to a wetlands, just like you. Except I don't take my trash and push it into the wetlands. Why? Because there's fish, there are fish breeding grounds, there are birds, there are animals, and if I disrupt that ecosystem, the entire ecosystem could collapse. Do you understand that? That is what you did wrong. Not that you did yard work. We're not screaming at you because you did yard work. We're screaming at you because you did something illegal. If you had just taken your junk, had ordered a giant garbage bin from your local dump, taken $1,000 and paid for that garbage bin, put the junk into the garbage bin and sent it back to the dump where it's supposed to go, you wouldn't be getting so much backlash from this, Onision. It's as simple as that. If you had just followed the law, you wouldn't be getting criticized. And then you have the nerve to turn it around and be like, well, you can't be mad at me because you eat meat. Do you know trillions of animals die every year? and they scream. This isn't about us, Onision. First of all, there are places that slaughter animals humanely. Yes, I'll admit there are plenty of organizations that do it inhumanely, but there are also places that do it humanely. Also, animals eat each other, Onision. A lion hunts a gazelle, and you're not yelling at the lion for not being a vegetarian, are you? It's the circle of life, okay? If you want to be a vegetarian, that's fine, but don't be a prick about it, okay? You are a prick, and you are trying to force your beliefs onto others. And that's not cool, dude. It's not cool at all. And the worst part is you're trying to use this belief. You have an air about you where you think you are above everyone else. You are here and everyone else is down there. And because you think that being a vegetarian makes you a saint, you have decided to use that to try to get yourself out of this whole argument. Which is bullshit. I understand caring about animals. I myself personally love animals. I care about animals. I love volunteering at all animal shelters. I like taking care of my pets. I love animals. I've always loved animals. I have a soft spot for all animals. But that doesn't mean that just because I eat animals, I'm a terrible person. And that doesn't mean that because someone else eats animals, they're a terrible person. What makes you a terrible person is you've done this horrible thing and you can't even amount up to it. You can't even admit that you did it. Because you have to be right. And that's shitty. My dude, it really is. And stop blaming others for your shortcomings, okay? Because no one's gonna like you. So something I recently found out while I was like Googling all this is there was actually a change.org petition to get all of Onision's channels taken down on YouTube, but because it only got like 400 signatures, no one actually, you know, YouTube didn't do anything. They were like, oh, he's too big. Unless you get 100,000 signatures, it's not going to get taken down. So I'll show you like what the petition says right now. Here, I would like to make a suggestion. Why don't we redo the change.org petition? I'm just saying, like, at this point, with everyone hating him anyway, I feel like we could get 100,000 signatures and get Onision's channels taken down. I'm not... That sounds terrible now that I say out loud that I'm like, let's do this! But I'm at a point where I'm like, does he even deserve to be on here? He rapes underage girls' bodies without adult consent. And either way, if an adult consented to that, that'd be fucked up. Like, that would really be fucked up. He is an abuser. He taped a girl basically having, like, a seizure. He's done so many horrible things. He's accused other people on the platform of being pedophiles. He's not a good dude. He really isn't. I'm not saying I'm gonna start a change.org petition against him. I'm just saying... I basically just gave you guys the gist of like the whole environmental thing because there is a lot of videos on the subject. So the next part to this video is going to be a giant summary of the things he's done. Like I'm gonna try to like make a timeline and stuff like that. If that doesn't happen, I'm sorry. I'm very busy right now, which is why this video took so long to come out. But yeah, it's just gonna be a summary because I hate covering this man. After this is over, if he wants to be interviewed, I might make another video. I don't know if I'd even want to talk to him, even if he was willing to do an interview or a debate or whatever. I don't think I'd even want to talk to him at this point. He doesn't seem like the type of person that I personally would want to know, you know? But we'll see. Stranger things have happened. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.